Hello, everybody, and welcome to Girl Let's Agree to Disagree. I'm your host, Jessica Morales, and my co-host, Busy Blue. And we are here with the first evicted house guest, the BB26, Matt. Matt, first off, I say this to everybody. Welcome to the Big Brother family.
Oh,
How are you feeling right now? I mean, you've
I'm
had a
feeling
couple of
amazing.
days.
Yeah, a couple days. First off, thank you so much, Jessica. Busy. This is such an honor. First couple days at the house is definitely interesting, but man, it's been so great to come back to a lot of people that have just been supportive not just me but my family. And I obviously deeply care about the story that's being told of season 26 and the role that I played in it. And so I think it's a beautiful one, and I'm excited to see how it continues to develop. But it's been great. It feels good to be home, be back with my mama, be back in Georgia, and so things have been great.
Awesome. Have you been able to catch up on, like, are you fully caught up? I mean, I know it's only been a couple of days, but have you like immersed yourself? Have you like watched feeds or any of the episodes?
Yeah, well, as much as I can. I mean, you guys know the nature of the BB house. Like when you think you get caught up, then 10 minutes go by where I go to use the bathroom and like everything has changed, right? And you're just like, yo, what? So I've tried to catch up as much as possible, but things are always changing and shifting. But I do feel like I'm caught up as much as I can be in this moment. I'm sure we even get off of this conversation and be like, what is going on? So yeah, as much as I can be, I've tried to immerse myself back. At the end of the day, like those are my people, and I ride with every single one of them. And like I said, I want to continue to watch the story develop.
You ride with every single one of them. How do you feel about Angela?
It's a great question.
And
Be
who are you the
honest.
most surprised is playing? How they're playing the game? Who are you the most surprised about?
Yeah, well, I mean, the most surprised, I'm surprised about Angela. I mean, that was definitely an interesting dynamic there. She's not playing the game out. I thought she was gonna play the game on day one. I happened to get caught up in the wake of that, but at the end of the day, I stick to what I said. As somebody who's been in the house, I know how difficult it is, everything that you experience, and that at times you may act in a way that's not actually who you are. So I was definitely impacted by everything that happened with Angela, but at the end of the day, I stick to what I've said top to bottom. I've given every conversation I had, hey, if there's ever a day where I attack Angela personally or I come for her in a personal matter in the way that do feel like she did with me, that if there's ever a day where I turn that on her, I give all of BB Nation the right to come for me head to toe, like come on, because that will
Oh, you
just
don't want that.
yeah,
You do not want that heat.
right.
I know from
It's a
experience, you don't want
strong
that.
community, but one we all love, right?
Let's talk a little bit about your strategy.
Yeah,
You had a strategy coming in. How did that evolve, change, or stay the same? Like before Matt,
yeah.
before coming into the house, and Matt after being inside of the house.
Absolutely. Well, first off, my number one goal was to try to work against what I thought people would think of me going in. And so
Ooh.
at the end of the day, my biggest thing, especially in the first couple of days, is I wanted people to look past like what they may assume about my appearance or my image or where I'm from or some of my interests. Like I know I'm coming in wearing denim on denim and boots. Like people are gonna think I'm this crazy Southern country redneck thing. And so I wanted to put in all my work on being as genuine as possible and allowing people to know my story. I happened to read a book a couple of days before entering into the house that said, the foundation of trust is vulnerability. And so
Hmm.
I went to the house thinking, I want to be as vulnerable as possible about everything that I've been through and hope that allows me to gain some trust. And then from there, I'll have some pieces to move and play the game, right? Unfortunately, that was not the case. I did not have as much time to see that get developed. And I started to feel like maybe I'm playing too fast, maybe I'm playing too slow. You never know. But I know at the end of the day that at least I hope that the genuine, authentic conversation connections that I had were real. And there's so much of those that don't get shown, maybe don't get highlighted, but they still feel very real, even
Absolutely.
at the end of the day, people were to turn around and give me their vote to be evicted.
Oh, I love that. Do you think that? So for just a second, your game changed to very authentic, very open, very forthcoming, especially after the Angela
Yeah.
conversation. And then you became, you know what, fight, fight, fight. I'm gonna stay here. I want to be here. Did you think that maybe there's, since I just got yelled at or they put on this show, there's another way to go about trying to save yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. There's definitely a route and a decision I had to choose. And that was going to be, do I choose to be a person of integrity or do I choose to fire back? And those are two different strategies. But, unfortunately or fortunately, the route that aligns closely with who I am was to keep my integrity. And I will say every single person in the house, besides Angela, did come up to me and affirm in saying that, hey, I do not think what happened to you was okay and was right. Every single person. And so from there, I kind of felt like it wouldn't even make sense, even though I wouldn't do it because it's not who I am, to fire back and respond in that way. So that definitely could have been a strategy. And maybe as the season develops and Angel's still in the house, there could be some more of those explosions. We don't know. But people could take that route, absolutely. But it just couldn't have been the route that I could have taken. And even I think it is who I am, but also from a strategic perspective that genuineness and authenticity was going to be my bread and butter because I felt like I was working against a lot of stereotypes and image views.
Yeah, for sure. So, okay, so do you know who's currently HOH?
My girl Chelsea.
Okay, and so you saw that MJ decided to tell Chelsea about her upgrade power. How do you feel about that? Do you agree with her decision? Do you think she's going to be in danger? What are your thoughts on that? Last
It
thoughts.
makes me nervous. It makes me nervous. I can't lie because anytime you expose that you have power in the game, it's going to paint you up in a target. Maybe not in that moment, but definitely in the long run. So it definitely makes me nervous for her. And even as I'm watching, catching up on live feeds, that she has been telling a lot of people about her power, and it has made me nervous for her. But I also understand where she's at, where a lot of people just assumed it was me and her, or it was just me, her, and Leah in the thromance. And so I know that she's looking for who she can really trust and who people are going to really want to rock with her. And I think she's going to use that strategically to create some deep relationships. So it makes me really nervous for her. I know that if I had the power, I would have kept that like in signed sealed as long as possible. But she's in a tough situation and trying to gain trust and favor with a lot of people. So I definitely see what she's trying to do.
Yeah, it's
Was
like
there
Quinn,
any
tonight,
one moment that you were like, that power you have? Was there any second you were ever thinking, MJ, that power you have? I kind of need it.
I did. But at the end of the day, like I had a really great time and I felt so honored to get to know Mackenzie. And again, I at least like there's life outside of here, and I didn't have to enter back into that with her questioning my authenticity and genuineness and even in regards to her. And so I didn't want to hop out of here and just saying, hey, I batted my eyes at you and gave you a little smile, and all of a sudden you used it on me. One, I don't think Mackenzie is that susceptible to that. I think she's way stronger than that. And she's a strong woman. She's an amazing girl. And I don't think me batting my eyes would have got her to use it anyway because she's tough and she's strong. But at the end of the day, in my perspective, I had opportunities to get myself off. And so I felt in a way, I started to feel guilty. I was like, any association Mackenzie has with me has just been bad. Like, it's been bad for you. And we walked in and we're like, hey, it's been 30 minutes. And it's like, showmates. And we were like, golly. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, I haven't done anything. So I felt so guilty in just getting her to even think about that or even put that in. I wanted it to be her decision. And Mackenzie did communicate to me. She was like, if I genuinely felt like we didn't have the votes, I would use it. But at the end of the day, I was like, absolutely not. That's yours. You want it. Your game is your game. My game is my game. We're not married or in love. Like I met you just a couple of days ago, and there's a lot of potential there. But you play your game. You keep it for yourself.
I love that.
I love that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Matt. Again, welcome to the Big Brother family, and can't wait to meet you in real life.
Absolutely. Can't wait. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for connecting. Always here to support your guys' platform. Thank you for continuing to tell our story.
And tell your mom we said hi. She's an icon.
I will. Just Kim Busy said hey.
Okay, bye. Thank you guys.